I really feel like with each child you have, a little part of your like life and marriage kind of dies a little bit, and you have to completely relearn it.
So Bradie, I have a question for you. What's it like when the corn is high, but the chaos is higher?
It's a lot of things, but it's never boring. This is the Farm Wife Files, life between the rows.
We are back.
We are.
It feels so good to be back in the swing of things, back in our dungeon.
The dungeon.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. We have so much to talk about.
There's been so much changes, too.
Yeah, we have a little boy.
Yeah?
Everything went super great. We'll have to do a whole, if
Like,
that's requested, a whole birth episode. Yeah. No, it was good. It's now just kind of transitioning into, we're like a month and a week after he was born, so we're still figuring it out, kind of getting into the swing of things. But that kind of leads us to today's episode, because now that we're kind of getting this figured out, we're about to just get into a whole new routine and a whole new season. So, yeah. What are your thoughts? Do you get anxious about planting time? And I'm interested, though, because you guys don't really slow down. I mean, you do for a little bit, but then you start calving. So,
yeah, so
that's a little different.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. Tyler has just been here, and the helpfulness is different because we have a toddler. So he's been, like, full toddler duty while I've just been on baby duty, which has been good. But now, you know, he goes to work during the day for the past, I don't know. I think he stayed home for about a week, maybe a little longer, and then was kind of at my beck and call if I needed him. But, like, the last 2.5 weeks, we've been, you know, he goes to work every day and I'm at home with the kids. And so I've gotten that down, but I really look forward to lunchtime and 5 o'clock because I get help. But now with him going to be starting planting and spraying, I don't know, I'm kind of nervous.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, like, it'll work out. We'll get into that routine too, but it's just like thinking about him being gone and having to do it myself makes me a little bit anxious. But yeah.
I think overall, I mean, the positive is Taylin is at least somewhat helpful.
Yeah.
I mean,
it depends on what we're doing.
Yeah, I was going to say, as helpful with a toddler can be helpful with.
Yeah, she's done really good with the transition. She's finally not crying when he cries. And it wasn't like a big cry. It was just, she was emotional about him being upset. I don't know why, if she thought it was because of her or what. But she's doing a lot better about that now. And then she does, like, tasks. Like, if I ask her to go get a diaper or, like, a burp cloth or whatever, she is usually helpful. Sometimes she loses train of thought halfway through, and then I don't ever end up with it. But she does go try to get it. But one bad thing is she's started to figure out when I'm breastfeeding that I can't get up. So, like, she'll go get into the snacks or she'll, like, do something she's not supposed to. So that's been interesting. I have to remember to, like, shut every single door in our house, or it's really nice to be in the basement because then I just have one long room, hence why I reorganized everything down here. But yeah, I just have one room that she can't go or do anything, and there's nothing she can get into. So that's a little bit better, but yeah, I couldn't believe that. I mean, like, after 2 weeks of feeding, she figured out, hey, mom's, like, basically tied down and I can do whatever I want.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so I guess now with having an infant still, I mean, theoretically, and then toddler, Tyler went back to work.
Yeah.
More full-time, but still he can stay home if he needs to. Or
yeah, that is the beauty about the farm right now. Just because, you know, with wintertime, there's not, I mean, they do have stuff that they're doing, but it's not an all day, every day, 12-hour day need to get stuff done. So that is really nice. But it's hard because, you know, we get done with planning we get done with harvest. That's where I was going with that. We get done with harvest, and then, you know, if we're putting on ammonia or whatever, that's not so much go. But it is like working out in the field. And so he's like slowly starting to be home, which is kind of a hindrance because we had just finally got into the flow of dad's gone and, you know, like Taylor duty, and Branson wasn't here at that time yet, but, you know, like Taylor and I, we just get into a good swing of things, whether that's like our whole day, and then we'll go to ride, and then we come home, or like feeding the guys. Like, we just get into a good routine during harvest. And then having Tyler back a little more is hard in the beginning because it's just kind of chaotic. Everybody's excited. I'm excited, obviously, to have him home, but Taylon's very much, I don't know, like a little more out of it maybe.
Yeah.
And then, bedtime just looks different, and supper, and, we go out to eat more often because it's all of us. So that's a little bit different. But then finally, once we get into more wintertime where there's not any field work to do and he's home a lot, then that's our new normal, and that's our flow. And then we go, into spraying and planting where then he's gone again. So it's just a constant transition, I feel.
Yeah. And it can be obviously really hard, not necessarily on Branson because he doesn't get the concept, but definitely
Right.
Taylin.
Yes,
I mean, she
yeah.
understands.
Yeah, she comprehends a lot right now, so it's way more difficult for her than even for me.
Right. But you just have to deal with I don't want to say repercussions, but like the actions of not having a dad around or something like that. Do you feel like you ever have... So not just taking care of the kids aspect, like obviously that's an added bonus when Tyler's around or whatever, but do you feel like when the time comes to start planting, to start having those like heavier hour days where you're just go, you have to get those things done, do you feel like you also lose out on a husband?
Yeah, but I feel more of a loss, and I've noticed this with each child. Because I do like to be so active in the farm where I can be, and that probably looks the most different during harvest time than it does plant. Just we don't need a crew when we're planting. I mean, we've got the guys with the tender truck and the sprayer following it. Well, doing pre, and then we're following up post after someone's gone over it with the planter, but it's not. That can be done sporadically. Whereas when we're harvesting, we've got like a 5 to 7 people crew, if not more some days. But no, it's just like, it's almost the loss of, I had Taylon, and it was the loss of not being able to drop everything and go help or go pull seed caddy or go get more seed, whatever needed done. So then we had Taylon, and I got more into the swing of things, figured out how to do things with her, and so now we're like restarting that. Which is, how am I going to do this with 2 kids? Is that even possible? So yes, it's like, I'm missing my husband, but it's also I'm missing out myself too. So that's kind of a weird, I don't know, feeling is the right word. Just another like transition of, I really feel like with each child you have a little part of your like life and marriage kind of dies a little bit, and you have to completely relearn it.
Right.
Like, you just have a whole new marriage and life because you've just added another human being to it.
Not even necessarily like the aspect of adding another human, but just the aspect of just learning how to navigate that. I mean, everyone, the people that do actually farm and, have the planting and all of that stuff, like you can relate it back to, you still lose out on their part of their marriage or something just because of the season that the farm is in as well.
Regardless of what other additions or whatever else is going on in your life.
That's just an added
thing. Yeah,
I mean,
that's the big thing about the farm is, your seasons never change. We're always going into planting and everybody jokes that it's like, oh yeah, planting and harvest. But honestly, I have a honey-do list for Tyler at the end of winter because from the time we start putting seed in the ground until we get done putting on ammonia at the end of the year, like, that's busy season. Like, summer, we're running pivots.
Yeah, and I mean...
And we've really been blessed this last year. Right. I mean, really, really have. But still.
And I think I will be completely honest and, vulnerable or whatever the right word would be by saying, like, I knew what pivots were. Right. I mean, growing up in Omaha, but I did not realize the soul, like, physical work to
the attention
them.
That they take.
Yes, yeah. And, like, Cody would always have that app on his phone that he could see all the pivots, and he's like, oh, so-and-so pivot stopped. Okay, like, push restart. And he's like, yeah, but we have to go out because it stopped for a reason. And it's just like, see, why can't technology just, like, fix it itself?
Well, that's like that ground we farmed, years ago. None of the pivots were electric. Yeah. None of the motors were electric. So that was Tyler's, like
literally
day job during
yeah.
the summer. I mean, he was up there from, I mean, he knew, 7:30 in the morning, he was headed up there to work on, or to mess with all of them all day, all morning at least. But, I mean, that, not having to do that has really taken a load off, which has been nice. But there's still a lot. I mean, yeah, and they just, it's not, people are like, oh yeah, planting and harvest, and it's just not, like, they don't get it. You don't get it if you don't do it. Like, I mean, I'm probably going to miss stuff, but we're, we put on pre, we plant, we put on post, we then go into, I'm going to miss so much stuff. But anyway, we go into, if we need to start pivots, and sometimes we're starting pivots before the beans come out of the ground to get them out of the ground.
Right.
So yeah, it's just like, feels like by the time we get it, by the time we're planting, we're already starting pivots up, and then, if we're fernigating or whatever later in the summer, and it's just, it's a constant until we get, I mean, I honestly feel better once we get to harvest and it's out and it's done. Like, I just feel, and I'm sure the guys feel that way too. We'll have to ask them, because we apparently have to have a men's tell-all, because our husbands think we're lying in a bunch of our episodes and want to clear the air. I don't know how that's going to go.
I'm coming
but
with receipts.
I know screenshots, yeah. We'll have to ask them, though, but yeah, it just, our slow season is from, what would you say, like November to
Probably early March.
Yeah.
I mean, it really depends. Like, right
Weather,
now, if
yeah.
we had 60-degree weather kind of, or, even 40-degree weather kind of how we have right now, you can plant a lot earlier than if we had that cold spell, 2 weeks ago, where it was like negative 520 degrees outside. Like, so it's Nebraska too.
Yeah.
Midwest in general, like not just Nebraska, but you never know. I think that's the main thing, is you gamble. What's the saying? Like, if you plant in the dust, the bins will bust. If you plant in the...
Oh, I've never heard that.
Yeah, something like that. If you plant in the dust, the bins will bust. Something. Yeah, I'll have to look it up.
Yeah,
but
Tyler may know too. I'll have to ask him. He's currently, if you guys hear any big thuds or anything, he's currently upstairs with the children by himself. So
yeah,
sending prayers. No, but I don't know. I guess, what are your feelings? Because your season looks different. Like, well, and I hate to say, I don't want people that don't farm think, oh, okay, from November to March, your husbands are sitting at home. That's not the case. Because there's, we're pulling a lot of stuff into the shop, working on stuff, getting combines, I totally lost the word from my brain. Inspected. And then fixing what needs to be fixed on those. The sprayer gets looked at and fixed. The planter, everything gets gone. They go through all those. Liquid machine, yada, yada, yada. The list goes on. So, and then we're hauling grain, too. I almost forgot to mention, that's a business in itself.
Yeah, fulfilling all the contracts.
Yes. But, yeah, what are your thoughts or additions or whatever, or anything you want to add, just because yours looks a lot different because we don't have cattle?
I would say, in conjunction with all of what you said, whether it's like our own equipment or helping like with your guys' equipment, there's that. But then Cody and I, we always try to calve about, I always say Valentine's Day because that's easy, but we AI, not a large portion, but a decent amount of our calves, or our heifers. And so we start that, and then typically I would say we start dropping calves about February 1st. So we've had, you always have like the 2 weeks before and then like that 2 week after, but really it's like pretty much from January 15th.
I was going to say, because you guys got to have some, don't you?
Yeah. One? Oh yeah. We have probably about a dozen.
I guess that would have
been,
I guess the last time I talked to Cody was when they came for lunch, so that's been quite a while.
Yeah. So usually about January 15th, we are starting to look on high alert of like, okay, we need to start checking in the middle of the night. And then it will go until about the end of February. But you have those like one-off, like maybe they didn't get pregnant their first cycle, so now you have another one. But we're dropping left and right. Like last night we had, I think, 5 just last night. So, and Cody and his dad, now that we live down on the farm.
Is that a lot nicer?
It is.
Is this the first year?
This is the first year.
Wow.
Yeah. So the past, either Cody just wouldn't come home and he
Right.
would just stay at his parents and he would check in the middle of the night from there.
Mm-hmm.
And his dad would do 1 hour and then he would do another hour. So they would have like 2 hour stretches of sleep.
Right.
And they would just alternate, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
switch. This year, they're still doing like that 1 hour, you know, back and forth type thing. But yeah, now that Cody can actually come home and sleep in a bed with me.
I bet that is so nice.
Yeah, it is really, really nice.
For some reason, I feel like you guys have been down there for so much longer. But yeah, no, this would be the first year.
Mm-hmm. It will be a year, I think, next month.
Okay.
Like, I would say more, probably closer to April. But yeah, about this month or next month will be about a year of us being down there. So learning a lot. I mean, it's good. I would say just being able to just quickly buzz over there or buzz back is really nice and not as like stress inducing. Because I would say like if he was checking or still getting done on the farm at 11 o'clock at night, we had a 20-minute drive home.
Yeah, exactly.
I might have already been home, right? But I mean, that highway is deer infested. So
Well, and then just the cold.
Yes.
And, you know, waking up at the wee hours of the night to drive back out there to check and you're like half asleep. Like, safety also is just.
And like, that's the other thing is like, there would be some nights where I would fall asleep before he would even get home. And he would text me and I wouldn't wake up to a text.
Mm-hmm.
So like in the middle of the night, I would just like reach over and like kind of slap his side. And I'm like, oh, he didn't come home. Like, seems so weird, like for most married couples to say that. But like, I knew if I like didn't feel him and then I would look at my phone and he said like, I'm staying down. Mm-hmm. Now, if I hit and he wasn't there and I look at my phone and there's nothing, I would go into straight panic.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so I would say we might have like a slower time, like that November, December time, but that's on top of all of the craziness of life throwing at you too. So like the holidays and just dealing with all of that. So
well, and you guys sometimes are harvesting a little bit later than we are. I
Yeah.
mean, once we wrap up, you guys sometimes have stuff to still get out. So then, yeah, you're even closer to the holiday time of, we just go.
Most of the time we're pretty good. So I would say that's not necessarily a huge issue, but we're not irrigated down there. I mean, and it's more hilly, obviously, down in our neck of the woods. So you could have a spot in the field that is completely mud because it's a low spot and whatever. So, I mean, just that whole dynamic is a completely different ball game that we have to.
It is crazy. I mean, it's not that far away, but it is extremely different.
Extremely. I mean, like, it's hilly. Really beautiful.
Yeah.
Especially in the middle of summer where it's all nice and green and there's a good sunset and all that stuff. Really fun. But yeah, I would say this is probably our busiest time, like cattle wise.
Do you think, I feel like Cody's always amped up, but
Cody's always amped up, yes.
Do you feel like he gets more, because like, you know, Tyler, in harvest time, that's when Tyler's at his like peak of, he's never going to say he's an anxious person, but like that's his peak. Like he's hyped up, he's anxious about stuff, he's go. Would you say that is Cody's time or is calving Cody's time?
Calving is Cody's time.
Really?
I would say it goes back and forth. Cody specifically is more amped up in calving because that's his own operation and that's like a large majority of our income is the cattle because we have more cattle than we do row crop. So, and with the cattle market right now, I mean, it's a good market, or at least at the time of this podcast being recorded.
Yeah.
But
that changes very quickly.
Exactly. So I would say Cody does get more amped up, I think, with the cattle portion of it. With harvest, he still gets amped up. Again, going back to Cody's always amped up. But I think Cody gets amped up on the harvest portion because he's like, I just want to get this done because he's going 16-hour days up here and he can't get anything done down at home. And so that's why he, like, that to-do list just keeps piling and piling. And then his dad starts festering, like, oh, we need to do this. We need to do this. And then I still don't get any time.
He's just got so many irons in the fire.
Yes. Yeah. So
do you feel like you guys get a time? Do you feel like you have a slow season? I mean, you guys as a married couple, you guys are always go. And you're very, like, independent in your marriage where you can I mean, you guys don't need to, like, see each other and hold hands every day to have a good marriage. Like,
Right.
so do you feel like you get that slow season where you kind of fall into the rhythm of, like, being home and having supper, and
No.
you don't?
And I
Because,
don't.
well, and honestly, if Cody's not busy, you are.
And that's the
You're
thing.
always busy.
Yeah, like Cody could have definitely like a slower time
Mm-hmm.
in his like world or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but that doesn't necessarily always mean that I will have
Right.
a slower time. I would say like May, for example, is typically a slower-ish time
Mm-hmm.
for the farm, because at that point you've already done pre, most likely
Yeah.
you've done post, and it's not hot enough to really run pivots every single day.
Right.
Could be wrong, but like
Yeah.
for the most part,
Yeah.
that's typically how it is. Cows are calved out, all of that stuff. So we're good there. But May is ridiculously busy for me because we have finals at the college. So
Right.
I'm traveling a crap ton for state testing and testing out all these students to make sure that they can pass the semester. And so I go everywhere from all the way to York, all the way down to Falls City. And,
Oh, gosh.
you know,
I
like
didn't know you went that far.
I go, yeah, that's like kind of like my territory is like all the way west to York and then all the way to Falls City. There's that, but then not only that, but there's Silk and Slate
I know I was going to say
and
weddings
graduation.
probably peak
Yeah.
up a little bit.
Yeah. And so the graduation season's really easy because it's usually like, we need tables and chairs. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Here they
Yeah,
are.
rent
go.
them out. You got it.
They don't usually do a bunch of decor items, which is nice. But tables and chairs take a lot of time to still move and whatever. So there's that. And then the company that I work for full time, our fiscal year ends in June. It's like June 30th.
So yeah, you're
July 1st is the start of our fiscal year. So it's like wrapping things up. And
yeah.
all of like the things that I'm working on typically have like hard end dates at the end of June. So it's like crunch time of just trying to figure out life and that stuff. And just like, we need to get this work done and get it done now. But
See,
yeah,
I can't
so.
imagine. I mean, we'll have to talk about this in the men tell all because I'm home. I don't have a busy. Like,
Yeah.
my busy is when one of the kids is sick or maybe the holidays are kind of busy.
I'd say maybe a birthday.
Yeah, like the birthdays. I don't know. Like, yeah, mine just looks a lot different. So, like, I'm at Tyler's beck and call whenever. Our life kind of revolves around Tyler and the farm because I am here.
Yeah, I guess, give yourself a little bit more credit because you do PIA. There's some busy times with
Yeah,
PIA.
and I have stepped back from that just because, gosh, the first 2 years of Taylon's life just flew by. And I'm like, this is where I want to be. I can be all in later on. And I've had other things that I've been putting more effort into that I feel like are, how do I want to word this? Like, I feel like the effort I'm putting in is being taken into account and, like, actually making a difference and, like, making a change. Whereas I felt like with PIA, I kind of hit a cap there. So I did kind of pull back a little bit. But yeah, the main thing is, like, with the kids. Like, I just want to be able to be all in here. Like, I'm so trying to get away from, oh, I have this and I have this and I have this. Like, and maybe that's selfish of me, but also, like, God has blessed us enough that I can just be like, I want to focus on the kids right now.
I don't think excuse me, I don't think it's selfish at all. I think it's just something that you have decided is important in your life, and that's what you're going to pursue.
Well, and I've learned how fast this phase of life goes.
Right.
Where I'm like, he's going to be 2 and running around and having activities in the blink of an eye. Like, it literally goes so fast.
Taylon's going to start soccer practice, and not really, but, like, like...
activities, whatever.
She's going to start having those weekends.
She's starting dance this summer.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We may not continue with it. We'll see how it goes, but, she gets to start dance.
I remember. Oh yeah, could not do dance. No.
Well, we are not growing up. My family was not a dance family, so I've had to ask all the questions, and I can't really say I'm stoked about it. But she likes to dance, so
yep. Nope.
If that's independently or not scheduled, but like a planned out with a group of kids dance, I don't know that we'll follow through with that, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's what I mean. It's just, it goes by so fast, and I just want to be. I already have to take away so much from Branson to be able to take care of Taylon and be a parent to her that I don't want anything else to take away from him.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's just kind of where I'm at right now.
No, I think that's a healthy outlook.
Yeah, but I'm interested to hear the guys' perspectives just because Tyler and Cody's are so different. Just us as, farm wives talking about our husbands, they're very similar in their careers and things that they do. But, like, our lives look very different.
Very different. Yeah.
Have to write that down for that episode. That'll be interesting.
Tyler, since you're listening and think that we're lying all the time.
Yeah, he apparently listens to every one of our episodes and thinks we're full of it.
He probably has like a notebook of all the notes. He's not
if
that
he
organized.
does, I hope he comes with it because
and
there's no way he can sit in a full episode with us and think that he's gonna come out on top.
No, there's no way. No way. Because I think last time when he said, like, we need to do a men's tell all, and what did you say? Something like, she's going to come with receipts.
Yes.
Like,
when I was on FaceTime with you.
Yes, yeah. Okay. Well, I think overall, so on a scale to 1 to 10, like, how high is your anxiety right now as the tractors are starting to plan to come out of the shed?
It's not bad right now. But when Tyler starts telling me, we're going to start planting April 15th. And it might be earlier this year, depending on weather.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, though. We'll see. But I don't know. I mean, it looks different because I have my little, farm venture, too. So I'm kind of excited about that. But, yeah, I'm feeling okay right now. But give me 1st of April, I think I'll start getting a little bit wiggy. And then also just, let's keep the kids healthy. Please, no sickness. Let's just keep the household the same, and then I'll normally do good. But yeah, give me a sickness, or when Taylin broke her collarbone in the middle of harvest.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was hectic. So nothing like that. Let's just have a regular at-home life, and then we can get into the craziness of planting.
That's fair.
But, I mean, what about you? Do you...
Oh, I'm anxiety right now just because, and it's not because the tractors are starting to come out. It's just we're in the thick of calving right now. So it's that's our livelihood. And yes, I work.
Do you feel like your marriage, obviously it gets put on the back burner because of, just the calves have to be prioritized. But do you feel like it takes a toll on your marriage, or have you guys kind of gotten to a point where the season will pass and...
I think this year it looks a lot more healthy.
Oh, right. Yeah, just because you're there.
He literally can stop over and still eat with me.
Yes.
If I'm home, of course.
You guys don't go days or weeks without seeing each other.
Right. I mean, there would literally be, I would maybe see the whites of his eyeballs one time a week.
Yeah.
When it's
and
in
that's
this.
Hard.
And yeah. And so, and
well,
I
and
think
then
I just.
in sundown scaries, seasonal depression.
Right.
I mean, we had that 60-degree day the other day, and I just felt like serotonin.
I know. Or it's
oh my gosh.
Did Siri just go off somewhere?
Oh, she must have thought serotonin meant Siri.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
She's gone now.
I was the 60-degree day sidetrack, but I was just I don't have seasonal depression. I feel like I'm very much aware. And then I walk outside and it's all this sunshine and nice weather. I'm I have seasonal depression.
Yes, I know. Oh my gosh. And then you add a newborn to that. Oh man, I would never have another child in January. Never. At least October with Taylin was... we were able to walk and get out a little bit, and then when she kind of got to the fun sitting up stage and we could play, that was more into the winter, so I think that was better.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been rough. Well, and then just a toddler in general, having to stay inside all day is not a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're just getting back to life. We're so excited for spring.
Yeah.
I can't wait. But yeah, anything else? I mean,
I don't think so.
Yeah. At least we have each other for the busy seasons.
Yeah, very much so.
Okay, well, I think we're going to wrap it up, but we're so happy to be back and on to another episode.
No more pregnant belly.
No more. Oh, I know. It's so nice to feel like myself.
Okay, well, we'll see you next week.
See you guys later.
They say a farmer's work is never done. Well, neither is ours.
Come back next week for a new episode of Life Between the Rows.